I wrote that today. When you're sliding into first and you feel something burst. We can do better. We can do better. When you're sliding into first and you feel something burst. There it is. Man, what a fun song. That was a great song. I love that song. So, man, in Little League, that's all we sang. We thought it was so funny. I love that song. I love that song so much. Recently, I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, my God, who wrote that song? Like, there has to be an author for that song. There's some genius out there. We're not even celebrating them. We're just singing the song. So I looked it up, and upon a little research, I found that that song was actually based on a real story about this kid, Shelby Buford, in Knoxville, Tennessee, that died of dysentery on the baseball diamond. Yeah. And we were just out there, just as kids, just singing, when you're sliding in a third and you feel a greasy turd, diarrhea. Just having the time of our lives. This poor Shelby, he's just so dead. Just so dead. And we're just, oh man, when you're sliding into home and your pants are filled with foam, oh, diarrhea. Like, good God. Human bodies can't even produce foam. That's not even medically possible. Shame on us. This is awful. We got to do better, guys. I'm joking. I made all that up. But let's start that story. Let's spread that around. Let's tell people. Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. I don't ever do politics and stuff. There's so many good political comedians out there. But I do have to make one correction from the debate the other night. The orange guy, he said something about immigrants eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. I didn't write that. A presidential candidate wrote that. And that was so false. But what's crazy though, what people don't know, he was close. They aren't eating the pets; they're eating the pets' asses. And yeah, and they like it. So I think we just let it be. You know, it's a. What's y'all's favorite film about bestiality? Mine's the Princess and the Frog. That was the weirdest segment I've ever done.
How about Shrek? Shrek is awesome.
Wait, I got a Shrek joke. No, I don't. Fuck. If I ever went blind, I think I would just have 2 eye patches and just look like the coolest pirate ever. Okay. All right. You guys ever lie awake at night and you can't sleep because you're like, oh man, do you think scientists will ever find the Holy Grail and take DNA from it and make a bunch of Jesuses and then open a park like Jesus Park, like Jurassic Park, and then Jesus will get loose, a bunch of Jesuses, and then I don't know how to end that either. Fuck! Like, try to start wrapping it up. Here's a fun prank. I like to screw with people. This is fun. I like to stop people on the street and I'm like, hey, you look like my friend Steve. You look so much like him. I have a big smile on my face. It makes them feel happy. They don't know Steve, but they can see that you love this person. And it makes you feel good, so they feel good. But then you kind of take a turn and you're just like, man, Steve is such a great guy. He's so great. I should say he was a great guy. Yeah. Unfortunately, he was brutally murdered down at the tomato factory several years ago. Yeah. Shot in the chest 12 times. Yeah, he didn't even die from that. He drowned from his own blood. But you look just like him. Anyway, gotta go. Later, buddy. And then for the rest of their life, they're going to be wandering the streets just like, what is a tomato factory? What is that? Oh my God, you guys are fun. Okay. In the 7th grade, this kid, I'll change his name. We'll call him Jim. Jim would go to the lunch line, pick out a milk, and eat lunch, and then take that milk. He wouldn't open it. He'd take it back to his locker, and then he would put it in his locker, leave it for 3 or 4 months, and then one random day he would take it back to the lunch line, put it back with the milks, and let some random kid find it. He wouldn't even see what happens. It was like the opposite of like a random act of kindness. It was just like a random act of hostility. It was wild. And I was the only person who knew about it, and I was afraid of him. So I didn't say anything. And our graduating class that year was just me and Andy and 2 lactose intolerant kids. So, yeah, this is a very sad ending. Okay. I once I went to the University of Texas here in Austin, and no one else. Okay, everybody's from California. I went to UT, and in 2001, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman got a divorce, and I swear this has to do with my college career. I'm their son. They sent me to college, and that's why I'm so short. And at the time, there were so many people arguing over who was right and who was wrong in the divorce, and I thought that was so dumb, because you don't know what's going on in a relationship. Don't worship celebrities. It's so stupid. It bothered me so much, I felt like I had to do something about it. So, that year at the University of Texas, for $10, through the university, I started the Nicole Kidman Foundation. I told the university it was to help get Nicole back on her feet because celebrities are people too. And they let me do it. And it was all a big dumb joke. I was hoping we'd get like 50 signatures in a semester. In 2 weeks, we got over 3,000 signatures. Unofficially becoming the largest organization ever there. And we got so big so fast, we didn't know what to do with it. So we threw a rally for Nicole Kidman. I don't care about her at all. I gave a heartfelt speech. I cried. And after the rally, we started getting these threatening emails from an anonymous source. They were like, if you don't stop the Nicole Kidman Foundation, bad things are going to happen. And I was like, screw that. Let's have a second rally. Because if there's one thing you need to know about the Nicole Kidman Foundation, it's that we don't cave to terrorist demands. The second we announce the second rally, there's another email that says, if you go through with this next rally, we will assassinate the leader of the Nicole Kidman Foundation. Me. And that was the end of the Nicole Kidman Foundation. And not because of me. I wanted to go through with it, but all my friends quit on me. They're like, we can't do this, man. We can't do it. We're all going to die. And I was like, whoa. They just said me. I say we do it, and they're like, you're crazy. And I'm like, maybe, or maybe you don't love Nicole enough. And I was like, look, man, it's all a joke. There's no way they're actually going to do it. And if they do assassinate me, that will be the funniest assassination ever. Way funnier than John Lennon, you know? Yeah. Because it wasn't funny. He died. That's not funny. I'll probably end on this. I've established, one more time for everybody, saw for your wait staff. I love this club. Come on back to Cap City. It's been my home for like 20 years, so thank you. I like to screw with people, and this is a fun thing. If you go to a restaurant where they have a QR code that you have to scan to get the menu, leave. No. Even better. This is what you do. You fake scan the QR code, and then you have a waiter come over and like, hey, I just scanned the code, and hardcore porn showed up. They freak out every time. The last time I do this, and I do it a lot, they had a manager come over. The guy was sweating bullets. He's so nervous, so apologetic. He's like, I'm so sorry, sir. I don't know what's happening. I'll scan it. I'll see what's happening. He scans it, and he just shows me on his phone. It's a menu. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try again. I fake scan the code. I already have hardcore porn loaded in my phone. I turn around, I'm like, what kind of restaurant is this where your menu is a woman farting on this cake? I don't want to brag, but I now get free breadsticks for life from Olive Garden. Thank you guys for coming out. I've been Doug Mellard. Keep Boston weird. Have a good night.